six. That's a huge
And
hit.
Richards has dispatched that.
Beautiful shot by Viv Richards into the hill. Viv Richards.
We knew of our folks who were living in England. Sometimes we are not as appreciated at times for what we would have achieved and what we bring to some countries. And I know also of the fact, and I can only speak from my particular experience, that sometimes the racism you would encounter, that to me was a huge motivation. And I try and let my team know that there are people here that we are representing in a very big way. And we have got a job here for us to give those folks some life. Let them walk a little taller than they are in England at that present state. So that was all part of the motivation, and you try and get everyone on board because we are represented from all parts of the region. And that to me was such a huge platform to be on, because I knew that the folks used to come from all parts of England in itself. They would come and they would tell you exactly what went on in the workplace, and when they went back on the Monday, how they felt proud. They were walking tall because of how well we did on the field. And we weren't just representing ourselves, we were representing all forms of people from the region and who are living in that part of the world. And that to me was something to fight for. The respect that sometimes these folks would gain from the way in which we perform. So if we let them down, they would be let down big time also. And we made sure that we wanted those individuals, when they left the ground, that they had something to shout about. Being the minority in that particular environment, they felt like they were the majority when we would finish performing. So those were some of the attitude and the things, the thought process which we had in mind. How are we going to uplift the people from our region who are living in an environment at times and not getting the best service as people, being looked down upon at times. You know, with us being in that position and being successful, made them successful also. So we had so many people to represent, and I felt pretty proud doing that. I remember when I first went to England, you had this, there was an individual who I think wrote for the Sun newspaper at the time, and I just had my contact with Somerset, and this guy was pretty nasty towards me in terms of his reporting. He wanted to know what Somerset they were going to do with me, because what he saw was this sort of an old rundown car, I guess. I think that was some analogy used, you know. And I used to listen to this stuff or read that stuff, and I knew what I had in my mind personally. I knew that the power of the mind is the greatest essence that anyone can have as a tool. And I wanted to use that as wisely as I can to show these individuals that cricket, even though you said that you invented it, that I could come and do justice to it, you know, because I thoroughly believed in what I was doing. I did not believe that I did not belong in that particular cricketing environment. But to have just gone out and do things your way. When I first went to England, there was a couple of coaches who tried to take me on and found that I was pretty stubborn. Hit the ball in the V, you know, that was, and I used to hit back. If I keep hitting the ball in the V, there are times that you needed to do that. But if you keep hitting the ball in the V, and you plug that area up, runs will be hard to get by, I guess. So Sportsmanship, in my opinion, it's like a Picasso painting. I was going to do my thing, express myself about hitting gaps rather than hitting fields, and to create that avenue of scoring runs rather than to keep hitting fieldsmen every time. That to me would be pretty boring.
The way I do.
Viv Richards has gone on to 83. Murray Bennett is the bowler, and your commentators Tony Greig and Bill Lurry.
Oh, what a shot. Oh, what a start by Vivian Richards. Bennett just on a good length. Got to the half line, lofted the ball, safe as a church, out to long on. And my word, that was beautifully timed.
Begrudgingly.
Yeah, it's this game is for us to learn and for us to keep on doing the things that we feel is comfortable for us. And the fear factor, I never had any fear of the people that I was encountering or anything like that. I totally believe I belong there. And sometimes people say, oh, you're the most arrogant so-and-so, but I said, no. I'm just trying to portray or walk the walk of how I believe inside, which was of vital importance, that I'm pretty confident. You may win on some days, but I'm confident that I'm here to succeed. I have respect for you, but I'm not going to be having any fear about you. So those are the things that sort of compelled me and inspired me to just keep on moving and doing the things that I felt was quite satisfactory.
Something special, even when he walked through the gate, coming out on the field, the game changed, had a different feel to the way the game was progressing. He had an aura and a presence and a swagger when he came out to the crease.
Short ball straight away, and Richards confidently smashes it to the boundary. Oh, is he looking dangerous?
I've had numerous offers around countries and where I would have been to be a citizen and all that sort of stuff. But I had one thing in mind, that no way I was going to live in England. Whatever time spent in England, what I would have learned, I was going to go back home to my country, little island Antigua. The contribution that you make, not just maybe because you were a cricketer, but conscious in one's mind for us as a people, regardless of where you go, to have respect, and also that the things that you would do that you will be respected for, never to feel like you're a second-class citizen to anyone. Because when you live in England, then you can take that message home quite easily. Or you would have lived in America, say in the present day under Donald Trump. You can take these messages home quite easily because we see exactly some establishment and the way they think. They have no room in their environment for us. So we have got to create something in the region, in my opinion, and the experience that you would have had, taking that experience to the folks and letting them know what your experience is like, and try and guide them along that line in terms of the positive. You asked a question about what do I see for the region and more so the country which I live in, Antigua and Barbuda. I want to see Caribbean people get their right and just reward. Some of the things which disappoints me at times is to see how far away maybe some of our leaders would have let us down at times in terms of taking us forward and where they would like to. Looks like we'll have to be colonized in order for us to say that we are making progress. When times come later on in life, it may look good to every one of us right now, but deep along the line, it's the next generation, I believe, that's going to suffer. The kids may have to fight. May have to be a revolution, you never know, because of sometimes the giveaways we see in order for us to keep our countries going. I would love to see our administrators become a little bit more proactive, innovative in trying to create a product where the islanders themselves do not have to suffer in the long run. These are some of the things that, because we all know what being colonized would have done for us at times. Some of us are still pretty much scarred by such. So let's try and educate our generation on how we can love our land, protect it, and preserve it.